Hello everyone, welcome to another European podcast. We'll start with introductions as per usual. I guess Balenos Police is first today.
Yes. Hello, I'm Balenos Police Magnus.
Yo, plebeo Balenos Police.
Balenos Police when?
Blitzkrieg, Arbeit.
Blitzkrieg Chillskool.
Catapultious ByFlame.
A-Series ByFlame.
Demetori Edmond.
Demetori Alexa.
Cast from Enemy.
I am a wet saxophone from Hex, and today we have brought someone very special with us. Queen Sheep, Mother of Donkeys, Conqueror of Tier 1 nodes, and the Unsalted One.
Inversion Zincra.
Artie from Jokers.
Kazzy from Karma.
KHAOS Vipro.
Kapora Materia.
Satoko Materia.
Pestle from Oldskool.
Meshuga from Prismatic.
Prismatic One Last Wish.
Resilience Colin.
Odds Resilience.
Sovereign Airlines, King of All Gate.
Sophia Lenskadus.
Stand by, Mr. Guts.
Venatori's Bounty.
Venatori's Riot.
Junior from Wanderlust.
Alright guys, it seems like it's gonna be a long one tonight. We'll start with Mediah when nothing happened. I'm not even sure if Kaz want to comment on that. You guys transferred everyone back, right?
About Mediah. I can say about Calpheon though already. If anyone was wondering, we didn't make any efforts to try to defend it whatsoever. That's pretty much all I came here to say.
You guys also renamed the second guild?
Sorry, what did you say?
Renamed the second guild?
Oh yeah, we renamed it, yeah.
Alright, let's talk about Calpheon then. If Leviathan were dead, they would want to start it, I guess. Dev, I see you are back. Tell us about your wonderful experience.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, went to Calpheon, thought it was supposedly gonna be a decent fight. During the day, we noticed that Resilience had built. We made some preparation plans for it, and yeah, that didn't really work out. You know, planning hours and hours ahead today turned into Resilience going for us from the get-go and taking us out in less than 5 minutes. So yeah, with the new respawn timers being 1 minute from the start, they only needed 3 wipes on us, and then they managed to axe down our base. So yeah, fun stuff.
You want to tell us anything about this wonderful change with the respawn timers?
Oh yeah, it's great. It definitely does not fuck up the entire siege scene. No. Like, or make Zergs like unstoppable at this point.
Maybe you should get more numbers to that.
Okay. No, but yeah, it's a horrible change. I don't like it at all. Like when you have it, like let's say that this was like a week ago and Resilience would have pushed our base. If we had those 5-second respawn timers, no matter how many people they were, like, you know, if they were 70, like 100, they wouldn't have killed us in 5 minutes because people would have respawned and like the siege would have go on, let's say like maybe at least 30 minutes longer. But this is just retarded at this point. With the axe and everything, when you get like one clean wipe on a guild, you can destroy everything in their base and get their base down to like 50% or whatever. Maybe even kill it if you have enough people. So yeah, that's my rant.
All right, so I guess Resilience took you out. Odds, you went to pick up Calpheon from here?
Well, hello. There is not much to say. We were at Leviathan's base. They were right outside our base. Like, our bases had one road in between. We were very, very next to each other. That's about it, man. Like, we just went to their base. KHAOS and RAGNAROK was at Blitzkrieg's base, and we took out Leviathan while watching the other two guilds killing Blitzkrieg, and then we continued to Ragnarok. No, actually, we went to kill the gates, and then to Ragnarok.
I guess everyone is wondering how you guys ended up on Calpheon and why.
Well, I was about to say that when we talk about Valencia, but might as well now, so I can enjoy my night after. It's pretty quite simple.
No balls.
When we were fighting, we had a base in Valencia. We had it till like Saturday morning around 12, and then after Saturday morning we started watching many guilds building, and we knew from Monday that Sovereign was giving nodes to guilds like Venatoris. We saw a
pretty much when you
screenshot.
saw the guilds building, you pussied out because you're scared.
I'm sorry, what?
You were scared of all the guilds.
Yes, we were very scared, and we saw all the guilds being gifted some nodes. We saw that they were coming there to have some fun, but we just didn't want to be part of that. Meaning, we were happy that Sovereign made that turn. It's really good that they come and see things through our own perspective. Bravo to Sovereign for opening up a map that they had for 1 year straight without contesting it. And it's good that they brought so many guilds that apparently they had some fun, right? So it's pretty good. Welcome aboard, and I'm glad you enjoyed your seats. But
did you just compare us to you guys?
No, I just said that you took our philosophy.
Is there any guild in this fucking game that you've worked with and not backstab? Is there one? Name one.
Like, do you see the difference? Like, we go there and we free up the region, but then we let the other guilds have a good fight. You take them out afterwards, and then you have the castle for yourself. Every time.
You were in Sovereign like a few weeks ago.
What do you mean?
You were in Spicy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So right now you come as a Sovereign representative. Should I answer you as a Sovereign representative?
I'm a representative of the, what can you call it? The Sovereign Airlines, like the mission.
Listen, Sovereign Airline guy, we went to Valencia and we opened up a whole map for 2 weeks in a row that KHAOS, RAGNAROK, and other guilds went and had fun and more. If you saw the last sieges of the past month, you should know with your airline, since you have a pretty high view from up there, from your whatever pony you are riding. We opened up the whole Calpheon for 2 weeks and we were happy to continue. But since you invited so many guilds in Valencia, we wanted them to have fun in Valencia. There is no reason into coming with 100-man guild to zerg down a tier 1 guild that you invited.
You open up Calpheon and then they go zerg them down again. Like, why don't you
I'm sorry, my friend.
Valencia then?
You can't dictate to us. You can't dictate to us. First of all, when you bring so many guilds, you can't call anyone else a pussy. But
you bring the same amount each time. Like, you bring 6 to 1, and we bring 12 to, and we expected you to bring a lot of people, but you push it out with your whole alliance.
Ramalaka, what whole alliance? You are bringing so many guilds. You are acting like their friend, which you are apparently not.
You brought guilds that never siege before, and you pushed
out
and run away.
And before that,
dude, you ran away to snipe fucking Calpheon because all you care about is the castle.
Ramalaka Skittles, you are talking with Benari, the Roof guild. You are talking. You both guys are talking. You have a dog, right, licking your small ball sack 24/7, and you are talking.
How can you have an alliance and you leave your alliance?
I am happy that you brought so many guilds. You did a good job. Bravo for that. Really good job. I am glad that you brought so many guilds to enjoy the game that they never did, because this is the end game and they have never done it. Good job for that. What do you want me to build a base just so you can laugh? Fuck off, Malaka. I'm not gonna do that.
Do you remember when we were alone though? Yo, so do you remember when we were alone in the castle without inversion?
Yes.
Yeah, you wanted and expected and begged us for that 1v1. What happened with that?
Did we beg you for a 1v1?
Yeah, you asked and mocked us and tried to, why don't you come versus 1? And then when
And
you
we
were
did
outside,
at the end. It was not our choice to like Venari did their own thing. We didn't tell Venari
yeah,
to come
I'm
in.
sure of it. I'm sure
So
of
you
it.
can believe your own thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You
good
can
and all.
you can sit there and believe what you want, but in reality you're wrong.
Yeah, likewise to you, sir. You can sit there and believe what you want. This
why-
is
why
the
do you-
first time in how
good,
long you're
makes
actually PvPing?
PvP?
Like why do you always call people out about PvPing? Like you call us out and sitting in castles, and then you lose in 10 minutes against us, and know it was, and sit in a safe zone.
Yeah,
Where I
believe it.
Okay, I'm
if
actually
you-
sorry about that because me as a shot caller wasn't there because I was stomach
Oh,
sick.
so because
I'm
you don't
really
have your main
sorry
shot
about
caller, because you don't have your main shot caller, you leave the node war after 10 minutes. All right, man.
Remalaka Skittles, what is your purpose here? Why are
To
you
speak
even
on the
here?
podcast. To speak on the podcast, are we not allowed to speak on the fucking podcast or what?
All you say is that, we warn you at the safe zone. Can you do anything else besides camping a safe zone or bosses with a 5v1 on Giffen? I mean, let's talk about seeds. We said about seeds that good job Skittles and good job whatever Gape, airline, whatever. Good job to you for doing that. I'm glad you did that, and bravo to Sovereign for opening up a map.
How are you glad?
Yeah, no problem, by the way.
In the end, let's see the result, my friend Cartofelino Skittles. The result is that you invited so many tier 1 guilds, and Venari got it again. Your master dog
Okay,
got
ask them all.
the guild, got the map again for a second time in a row.
You can
What
ask
a
every guild.
coincidence.
Ask
We asked
every guild.
Venatoris to come. We asked
One by one,
Hertz to
guys.
come. We asked Easy Street to come. And what a surprise! Oof, oof, oof.
Slow down. We're not bothered. We're not bothered because Venari got the Venari got the
Of course you're not
castle.
bothered, and
We're
you're
not
honest.
bothered.
That's good. But
Listen,
but you seem really worried. Why
you can ask every. You can
go there? Why didn't you go there to prevent Venari to get the castle?
Guys, one by one, we'll start
Why
muting.
didn't you go there to prevent Venari to get the castle? Why did
We
you
have no
Why did you
problem.
push
Good job
out
to
and
them.
go to Calpheon?
We are here, Venatori, to talk about Calpheon. We're not here about your results.
Yes, I just asked you, friend. Why did you push out and instead of preventing Venari to get the castle, why did you push out and went to Calpheon? Why did you do that?
Why are we obliged to be in Valencia?
I think it's the same reasoning. So why not?
Wait. Why should we be in Valencia? Are you Guildmaster of Resilience, Venatori guy?
Was it your plan to hold it? With,
Are you Guildmaster of
I
Resilience?
quote you. This is our
No,
fucking
that's why I'm
crusade.
asking because I'm making your question.
This is our crusade, by the way.
You are not making any crusade. You are just fooling smaller
No,
guilds.
that's
and
what
you are
your
feeding
alliance
your
said.
main dog.
That's what
Whatever.
your alliance said. This
You
is
are
our
not
crusade, and we
making
won't
any
stop.
crusade. Fly high, whatever motto.
Can you
shit
listen?
thingy.
I said
you are not
that's what
making
your
any
alliance said.
crusade, man. You are
That's what
just
you
fooling
said.
tier
I
1
didn't
guilds,
say that.
and you are feeding your main dog.
Can you open your ears, you fucking mongoloid?
Remalaka Mongoloid. You are fooling 200 people to believe that they participate in something, and then in the end,
They
Venari
did.
gets it by accident.
Everyone in the alliance had fun.
We're participating for the meme.
Listen, we told the people they can do whatever they want. They can L up, they can 7, 10 versus 1 Venari, it doesn't matter. It was their choice how they did it. Everyone in that siege was happy with how it went out at the end. So why do you cry? If you want Venari to not sit in the castle, then come.
Remalaka, no one is crying. We
You
joined
do.
by our own will.
You're screaming.
You are
We
crying
joined
and
by our
screaming.
own. No, my mic is pretty
Yes,
loud.
you do.
I'm really happy that you actually chose to give the community a fight instead of taking the money
Yeah.
for once. Bravo.
We started the conversation here, Skitellino, and we said good job to Venari to Sovereign for doing that. We said bravo from the very first get-go of the podcast.
Yeah,
You
but
are
you
here
said-
to create salt. We are here to say congratulations to you for opening up a map.
Yeah, thanks. I know, thanks for doing what you promised
Yeah.
and you never did before. Yeah, thanks.
We have no problem. Good job. Keep doing what you're doing. But by any accident to all the smaller guilds that came there to help, we're just letting them know that they should think the bigger picture. And bigger picture right here is Venari gets there by accident for a second week, Valencia Castle.
Also, wasn't it your plan to keep Valencia with the alliance?
No,
Yes.
the plan was to actually keep more guilds
Hidden.
doing sieges.
I'm asking.
Hidden. If you were in a map with 13, 14 castles, would you go there?
I've done that before, but that's beside the point, right?
Where have you done that before? In this game?
I've sieged every single siege for 2 years.
Yeah, but when there are so many bases, would you have gone there?
I mean, if
Yes,
the plan of my alliance was to keep Sovereign from getting
Well, the first
Valencia.
siege
When did
after
we say
server marriage in Valencia was about 15 forts, if I remember.
When did we say that keeping Sovereign out of a castle was the main issue? We wanted to free up maps. Don't you consider 12 castles built in Valencia was actually freeing up maps?
You
Or am
think-
I totally
That's what we
fucking
did, though.
Do
That's
you
not
think
Europe.
you freed up the map? Like all you did was moving the problem elsewhere.
Yeah, you didn't
with
free
the-
up anything.
So
with you
for a
moving
year,
yeah,
for a
with you
year, there
moving
was
out
no
Sovereign.
contest.
All you did today was
you
ruffle some
moving out
people.
with you moving out Sovereign out of Valencia. You allowed enemy to get 2 regions. Spicy got uncontested
allowed
for 5 weeks.
We allowed it.
Yes.
Yes, you allowed it, but
Yeah.
not in free.
We allowed it.
Spicy got
Is it
uncontested
our
for 5
problem
weeks.
that all
Let
the
me-
maps, all the
let me
territories,
speak. Come on, I'm not
all
screaming.
the conquest maps is our problem?
No, it's definitely not. But with your action, this is what happened. That you didn't save the siege scene. Like a
No,
20-man
that's
guild
definitely what we
also
said.
got Balenos. Spicy got uncontested for 5 weeks, and Calpheon got sniped by enemy. Like, this is what happened after you freed them up.
So Hedon, would you say for the past year when like Sovereign was sitting in the castle just getting payout, would this have happened if we didn't go somewhere? Would this have happened that Sovereign actually invited guilds to Valencia? Do you think so?
Maybe you shouldn't plan to rotate the
Really?
castle with your
Really?
effective
Okay, yeah.
odds after you
Okay,
take
but
the
I wasn't
castle.
talking with you though. But Hedon, do you think any of these 12 guilds would have been in Castle Sieges at all?
Do you think these 12 guilds will go back to Castle Siege?
So
Do you think they would have been?
you made everyone of the Balenos Clown Fiesta Circus move to Calpheon until one proper siege guild enemy showed up, and then they all got shit on. And that's for you saving the siege scene.
And then Resilience showed up and
That's-
ruffled
that's-
something again today.
That's your niche.
That's what you do. That's what you did.
That's
But
your
it-
niche.
Jules,
Sovereign could actually have gone to Mediah, couldn't they? And GG, Sovereign would have
Who
been sitting in
could
Mediah
have
Castle.
who could have gone to Mediah? Who could have gone to Mediah?
Jules,
Sovereign
are you
could have.
accusing
Sovereign,
anyone?
Sovereign.
Jules, are you accusing any of us that we did something in Valencia and it was a bad thing for the server?
Well, it was like whatever for the server until.
Yeah, you did it for yourself? What do you mean? You did it for yourself? You took the castle yourself? You didn't free up anything.
What do you mean for
what is
yourself?
that? What
We
is
had
that?
way more
Absolutely
castles in Calpheon.
Venatoris, Riot guy, I don't think you see the bigger picture, but it's okay.
There is no.
No, he's absolutely right.
What do you mean? You go there and you take the castle yourself, and you're claiming that you're freeing up whatsoever, but you're taking it yourself.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right.
Absolutely right. Say
What do you
the two
mean?
guilds that got a free tier
What do you
3
mean?
by
If I'm not seeing the picture, explain it to me in a easier way for me to understand. Because you're not freeing up anything, Odds.
Okay, listen up, because right now you don't understand something. Both of you got a node, and good job. You got a node by Sovereign. Good job to you, okay? Venatori guy, I don't
Thank
even
you.
know you.
We celebrated it a lot. Man.
No,
Yeah, we had a huge.
Your friend will come when I
The-
answer
the-
this.
the
Right
queen-
now
the
I'm talking to
queen- the
Venatori.
queen favored us with a
Have a
huge
break.
feast.
Have a break, Odds.
No, I'm not having a
it's
break.
amazing if you know
Jules,
that
first
when
of
it's
all,
Torino,
your
right?
turn
Can
will
you
come in
speak
a
one
bit.
by one, guys? Because
Your turn
people
will come
can't
in a
hear
bit,
anything.
okay, Jules? Okay, Jules? Sit down in a corner and drink your whiskey, and your turn will come in a bit. First of all, Venatori guy.
We're going down that way already. We're going down that way already. I fucking love it. Come on. That's the last stand. That's the last stand.
Let's
If you
start
know
with Jules then. Venatori guy, take a piece in the bathroom and wait. Let's start with Jules. Okay. Right now, Jules got a tier 3 node, okay? First of all. 20 of Sovereign guys have subbed in his stream, second of all. He has all the reasons to go Valencia and
What?
good up to
What
him.
the fuck, man?
What
And
does
good
that
up to
matter?
him. Good up to him for doing it. He does his own thing. He's a professional streamer. He does everything that is good for his stream. Good job to him. But I'm not here to defend Jules or his streams or how many subs he gets from Sovereign. I'm saying here, good job to Sovereign.
What the hell?
Sovereign paid in subs.
Hey, the only
Yeah.
shout out I can do here is to Cryptid, because Cryptid is a subscriber of my stream for like 6 months now. But that he's the only.
It was a
I
long
guess
play, Jules.
He's the only. Maybe I did it so Cryptid gives me the 6 month.
Okay. maybe you get the 7th month if you are a good boy and you keep helping, but it doesn't matter right now. What I came here to say is good job to Sovereign for what they did. I said that already, so we can either move with Calpheon and get it over with because there is no point. I didn't come here to argue with a Demetori guy that I don't even know just because.
I don't even know you as well, but I'm still ready to argue.
What is your question then? What do you have to say?
No, I already,
make a question
I already
and
asked your question, and you keep number one, you keep interrupting like you do every single podcast to everyone. Number two, I asked you the question, and you're just circling around. Oh, first I'm gonna answer to the Demetori's guy. Wait a minute, Jules, and go drink.
I'm being interrupted,
and then you switch your mind and you say something different. And no, I'm not gonna make the question again because you're gonna keep running away. You're gonna keep not answering anything and jungling around with words and mumbling around, saying whatever you want, and everyone will forget the question. And you'll be the king of the show. So yeah, I'm not gonna be asking you the question 2-3 times if you don't want to answer.
You to ask a question. If you
don't answer, just do your thing as usual, as I see in every single podcast.
If you don't want to make a question, just shut up.
Okay.
Yeah, do your mumbo jumbo, man.
Guys, I will ask because people in chat asked, Odds, what was your bigger picture then?
The bigger picture? You mean till last week?
Yes, no, till this week. But now you know.
Well, the bigger picture till last week and till this week is pretty simple. We were bored in Calpheon, as I said in the last podcast. We were there for 7-8 months. We decided to do something different, and we went to Valencia for 3 weeks in a row, or 4, I'm not sure. We did what we did. We got Sovereign out of the castle. Then Sovereign gave it to Venaria. Everything else is history from then, blah, blah, blah. The bigger picture for us is that we mix things up when we are feeling bored, and at the same time, a few guilds that went Calpheon and fought for it and got benefited from that. That is the bigger picture for us. Maybe you have an even bigger picture, and good job to you. I don't have anything else to say to that.
Can I say something? That's fair enough and all, but I have one question for you. Did you have a good fight today?
No, it was fucking shit playing through patches. What do you think?
Oh, it was only because of the patches? Oh,
Yes.
God damn it, man. Fucking cacao.
Don't you think that don't you think 4 versus us would actually have been a pretty okay fight?
How many people were in each guild?
Let them answer that, maybe, shall we?
Yeah.
Instead of
No,
just
we can
screaming
wait.
like fucking kids.
We can move on to Calpheon after.
Is that the point where we talk about if Valencia could have
No,
been
no,
safe
Jules,
for
no.
Oh, that's later. Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm just surprised that
Sorry.
people actually started to have calm conversations.
No, but I'm willing to have cool conversation as well. But then Demetori's guy just starts screaming with his very bad mics. I'm getting a headache instantly.
The Demetori's guy started screaming. and
Yeah,
you got-
Demetori just stop
Alright,
screaming, please.
Okay, you
Let resilience speak calmly and lay out their point of view.
I don't know how that was funny at all, honestly.
Yeah, because
why is it fun? Why are people laughing?
It's just a
Why are
classic
people
circle
laughing,
jerk.
man?
Right now, there are all 6-7 guilds right here that are supporting each other. We're fine to come and to give you a show, but as long as we're having a conversation about the matter, okay? It's fine to have assault up to a level. It's fine to insult up to a level. It's fun to have fun or whatever, say some jokes, whatever, up to a level. Okay, so
What is
if
that
you
level?
want, whiskey level, you know? Yeah. Cross the white line. Just move forward with what falling.
Everything is fine.
I know everything is fine.
As long as
everything is fine. As long as your
as
liver
long as it's
is
only
alive.
personal attacks against me, it's absolutely fine.
No, but Jules, could you just answer this question as well? Who was the real winners of us actually fighting in Calpheon for the longest of time? So, would you mind
Balenos
answering?
police.
Okay,
The actual winner of you for wait, what are we talking about?
No. Can I ask a counter question? Who was the real winner after you rotated Valencia with your 2 guilds and enemy?
He asked a question. He's expecting
So,
an answer.
who's
Elena, shut up.
actually spinning around the questions now? Could you
Yeah.
just stick to the question? Jules, who was the real winners of actually all of us fighting in Calpheon?
Wait, who's all of us and what?
Man,
what we
he
talk
asked you one simple question. Who
Why are you
was
even
benefiting?
But I don't understand that question.
The question is simple. Who was benefiting as a guild while we were fighting each other in Calpheon for at least 1 year? Us means you, as Leviathan, us, Resilience, Addicted, Millennium, Zealot, Inversion, Venari, Vos, all the guilds in Calpheon. We were there for 1 year. And Lynn is asking you, who was benefiting for all that?
Oh, enemy, sovereign,
exactly.
Venatoris.
No,
Enemy
how
and
is
sovereign, thank
Venatoris? It is only enemy and sovereign actually benefiting from that.
And
so how is this a bad thing?
What is a bad when you and Inversion trade the castle?
What do you mean traded castle? When did we successfully trade a castle?
Oh, you actually want to still keep saying that your intention was not
successfully
trading?
like okay, let's just pretend that we were trying to trade a castle. How did we successfully trade a castle? 1 week we had it, then Venari had it, then they had it, right?
Because you failed.
What do you mean
I'm
we
not
failed?
gonna listen about this whole castle trading thing. Jules,
because
let me speak, please. Jules, Jules, let me see. Like last week, it looked like we were trading the castle. We 2v1'd Resi with Blitzkrieg. You know, Resi have beaten us in the past 1v1, so everybody thinks Resi are stronger than us. So we thought, well, if we 2v1 them with Blitzkrieg, that's going to make it a bit more even, and we beat them. You know, we beat them. They could have beaten us. Then Resi would have been in that castle last week, not us.
Well, the first week when Resilience took the castle, I remember Inversion being on. You were in the Millennium Guild. I remember you guys being on Siege Tower and memeing around.
They were going to 2v1 us with Addicted.
And
you know, so we just left.
You were memeing around the base of Karma that Addicted attacked. And in that moment, when I saw you guys on that Siege Tower, I knew.
Jules, the first week we.
You're trading the castle. I just knew it in that moment.
No, listen. Trading is like a two-way thing. The first time, yeah, we agreed that we would let Resi take the castle.
And the second time, you agreed that Inversion takes the castle. So that's not castle trading.
When you speak, I let you speak. Could you let me speak, please? Thank you. The first Resi, to get Resi on board with that plan, initially, Odds was like, "Why should I help you? What do I get from it?" And I was like, "Okay, fair enough. We need to give them something." And he was like, "The only way we're going to help you is if you give us the castle. We want to be the people that take the castle from Sovereign." And that was their only way they were going to help, was if we let them take the castle. So that's why we did what we did that first week, because that's how we got Resi to help us. But afterwards, we were trying to set kind of roughly fair fights so that people would have to fight for the castle. And last week, or was it, yeah, last week, you know, we fought Resi with Blitzkrieg. I mean, Blitzkrieg are decent enough, but they're still a, you know, a medium small scale guild. So we had to actually fight hard to beat Resi with them last week, and we beat them and took the castle. It wasn't a castle swap.
And you took it.
Even though, yeah, I mean, look like we're switching, but if Resi had beaten us, they would have had the castle again.
And one question to Jules, like honestly, what is worse, having 2, 3 guilds fighting for the castle, or having one guild sitting in a castle for 1 year, and suddenly when they get kicked out, they say, let's save the siege scene, let's fly together, let's fly.
That's not the question.
What is worse though?
The question is,
what is worse?
What is worse, 2 guilds trading a castle, or
having not trading a castle, 2, 3, 4 guilds fighting for a castle?
Xenocrat just said we let each other talk,
yeah,
right?
I'm sorry. I'm making one question. I want just an answer.
Yes, and I'm answering.
Okay.
So Sovereign made an offer to a lot of guilds, and a lot of guilds that would never be able to fight in Valencia and for the castle were able to fight for that castle today. In fact, and it was Sovereign Inversion makes 2. 13 castles were built. That makes it 11 guilds fighting for that castle today, and that was just a hell of a fight for a lot of people, including my guild. Like we had so much fun today. It was just absolutely amazing for us. And let's be real here. Sovereign made that happen, and they didn't give a fuck. They left the fucking territory. They could have taken it. They could have taken out 11 guilds one by one, no questions asked. But they didn't.
I'm not going to like say Sovereign were great bringing all those guilds, but at the end of the day, we fought for 45 minutes today, and my guys had fun. Like the server, it was a bit laggy at the end, but for most of that 45 minutes, it was playable.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure most of the guilds that came I don't know what happened with all their politics afterwards, but I think most people had fun. So I honestly don't see what happened today as a bad thing for anybody. I mean, most people had fun.
Absolutely, absolutely. It was
So,
just
yeah,
a
what's the
great
fun?
siege. It was just a great, and Inversion did great. Like my kill feed, okay, my kill
Yeah,
feed
we
is
weren't
always
gonna-
red all
yeah.
the time, but
We weren't going to win that today, but we tried our hardest to win.
Yeah. In my opinion, well, we
Are
wait
we-
until we talk about Valencia, then I say that.
Well,
No, but
can
why
you
would you
answer
even
to
bring this up? The first thing Odd said was good job, Sovereign, for making like this actually work out today.
Because
Wait, we are talking about Calpheon right now.
No, we haven't said anything about Calpheon for the fucking past 10 minutes.
got interrupted and we brought the conversation to Valencia because Gabe and Skitelino said that.
Swiper,
So
is the conversation officially about Valencia now?
No, it's about Calpheon, but you guys just keep bringing up castle swapping, but there is no castle swapping ever.
Right now, conversation is about resilience, Jules. That's how it happened.
You said you came, like you said, the initial reason you came to Valencia was to whatever.
Ρε
free up the
μαλάκα
season.
Skitelino, you
Why
give
are you
the castle
screaming?
to Venari.
Let people talk, you fucking
Let me talk, you
Ods, let him finish the
You
sentence.
said your initial reason to come Valencia was to free up the siege scene, yet Xeno just said that he had to promise you to get the castle in order for you to come.
Yes.
That's not
Like-
swapping, though.
No, that's not
no, like,
swapping.
say Christmas time, you know, you're giving
Dude,
somebody a
that's
present. You know?
just- that
You've
just
got
shows me-
Uncle Jack. Uncle Jack's a fucking asshole. You give Uncle Jack a present, he takes it, he doesn't give you anything back. That's you gifting somebody. Whereas, you know, nice Aunt Marjorie, she's really sweet. You give her a present, she gives you a present back. That's present swapping. That's the difference. If you have to, like, you know, fight Uncle Jack the next week and somehow you beat him, then that's different. There was no swap.
I mean, even
Swap
your
is like
own
backwards and forwards, backwards and
He
forwards.
does
without
it
a
with
fight.
Venari every week. He knows what it means. He's playing dumb right now, and he's doing the same thing and even worse with Venari.
Dude, I mean,
You
everyone
thirsty?
knows.
Nah, you're so rude, man.
Yeah, you sound thirsty,
I
man.
mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, everyone knows you two. If you go for an alliance, you two end up in the castle every single time. You don't give a shit about your allies. You backstab them. Odds like you're just two rats, and that's it. And everyone knows by now. So it doesn't matter what I say or what you say at this point.
No? Okay. You use a meme from 1 year ago. Okay,
That's not a
Skitelino.
meme. It's not a meme if it's the reality, you faggot.
Okay, Skitelino, whatever, man. Let's make
Alright, guys, we're done talking about resilience.
I'm sorry, Swiper. I asked the question to Jules and he didn't answer though. Jules,
What is your question?
my question is pretty simple. What is worse? Having 2, 3, 4 guilds, or like today, fighting for a castle, or having one guild staying in a castle for 1 year?
Oh, that's not the question that I had to ask myself when Sovereign approached me. The only question was, do I have a good fight for my guild? And if you watched my stream today, we had a fucking blast today. It was an amazing fight for us.
Who questioned that though? We only said good fucking job, and there was a good siege today in Valencia.
Yeah, what do you want? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if Sovereign sits in the castle for 13 weeks or Resilience and Inversion is castle trading.
That's a good question.
I don't care.
Thank you.
I don't care. I just want to have a good fight for my guild, and we had a good fight. We had so much fun today. Like, amazing. We managed to take our elephant out of our base after I figured out how to whistle it out of our base, which is very, very difficult.
Can we please agree on we just rush every region except for Valencia and then you guys salt each other the whole time? Of course, a few people maybe only wait to finish the regions and go out after that.
You go out?
What? People just stay for the salt, man, not the regions.
It's not about regions right now. It's about resilience, though, because that was the topic for like the last 20 minutes, even more.
Really, I thought it was Valencia.
I stay for Xeno family analogies, but why do you think resilience? Why do you think people don't want to go against Sovereign? Why people don't want to attack Mediah and Valencia?
What? I don't understand.
What is the question?
Why do guilds don't attack Sovereign and enemy? Why are they just getting payouts?
Wait, what? No, that haven't even been the question for the past, what is it?
Yeah, I
4
mean,
weeks? The question has been,
will
why
lead
is
up to some.
Resilience attacking Valencia? Why are they ruining this good and nice payout Sovereign has? That has been the fucking topic for 4 weeks now.
But it's not only Sov that's getting nice payouts. Why are you so obsessed with Sov, and why don't you focus on
You gotta
Mediah?
start somewhere, right?
Why don't you start with enemy than Venor?
Yeah, why didn't you go with Sov to Mediah today then instead? I mean,
Because we all love enemy.
Because
I would never zerk them down. I promise them that.
Because
Yes.
enemy maybe got the castle.
I mean,
themselves, and you
to
guys
be
just
honest,
like lions. That's it.
and what
that's it, get the castle.
Lynn just said, and I agree completely. I mean, I've been in this podcast for 1.5 years. Everyone was complaining for 1.5 years. Oh, look, some maps are never get contested. Look, some maps. When is ever someone gonna do anything about it? When? And just time kept passing from 2016 to 2017, and here we are, 2018. And suddenly, like Leviathan back in the day, they gathered a few guilds and they went Valencia one time. And then Morgulis with an M&M alliance, they went there for 1-2 weeks. And then we just picked it off of where it stopped. But the difference with us is that when we went there, we didn't go as a one-time thing. We don't go as tourists that say, hello, we're just here to pay a visit and next week we're going to disappear. We just try to contest them up and actually have fun. And I think Sovereign, at the same time, because I know some Sovereign members, they all said that they had fun the last weeks. Okay, it might be salty. It's completely expectable, but they're having fun at the same time. So what's the point of this whole situation? We come here, we say, congratulations to Sovereign for bringing so many smaller guilds for fighting. What's the problem?
Problem is that you went to Calpheon, to be honest.
Yes, I went to Calpheon because there were 14 guilds. We were, they were enough for a fight.
I will wait with that until Swiper calls about Valencia for discussion.
So wait a second, Kaz, you still here?
Yeah, I am.
Isn't it fine for the Guild of Resilient Strength to go Calpheon though, according to what you guys said last time?
Is it fine?
Yeah.
I mean, they can go wherever they want. It's not up to me.
That doesn't make it.
Considering Sov got lagged out with 4 guilds attacking, we just considered 12 guilds attacking might not be that fun to play, you know? The servers are fucking garbage, and KHAOS knows it, or Pearl Abyss, whatever, knows it.
But you didn't try to lag the server last time.
What do you mean?
Wait
What do
until
you mean lag the server?
that's
Oh,
a
we are
discussion for
attacking a
Sov.
castle, we are trying to lag out the server.
Can I
Is
ask
that
something?
a server issue? Is that us trying
Can I
to
ask something?
purposely lag out? Yes.
Can I ask something? If enemy would have stayed in Calpheon with their guild, would you still have gone Calpheon or would you go Valencia?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, what do you mean for
well,
it was a question.
Would you have gone there? Sure.
Would you have gone Calpheon or Valencia? Would you gone Calpheon?
Why was Mediah out of the picture if they actually left the guild?
What, do you want to snipe another region, or?
What do you mean sniping regions? That's what you guys have been doing. You're sitting there and you fat
Gabe.
mad out payouts, isn't it?
Sit there because they
We
deserve
don't
it.
snipe fucking payouts. We don't snipe territories. We actually get fights. Haven't you realized that?
When did
We're
they ever
getting
fight?
fights every
When
week
did
the
they
past
snipe?
1.5 years that we're sieging.
Was today a fight?
Today,
sorry?
it should have been a fight with fucking rest timers so people actually had the time to react. Yeah, sure.
It would have been a fight if Resilience wouldn't have ran away.
Alright guys, so
No, it
let's
would have been a
get back
fucking
to
lag fest. That's it.
resilience when we talk about Valencia, because this is getting out of hand and we wasted so much time. I'm wondering if Blitzkrieg has anything to say about what happened on Calpheon, and KHAOS, you guys as well.
No, not really. I just want to get finished with the other regions. That's it.
KHAOS?
Yeah, we just wanted to mention that first of all, we didn't attack Blitzkrieg right away. We actually went to Resilience, but we realized that Leviathan was already dead before we arrived at the Resilience base, so we didn't even bother and just asked Resilience to let us 1v1 Blitzkrieg, and they kind of accepted that. But after a while, I guess they got bored, and then they still killed us after a while. And yeah, that's basically it.
How many each of you guys brought today?
We were 75 people only.
46.
RAGNAROK told me they had 50 and went down to the wonderful respawn timer as well.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that there was someone from Leviathan in the chat to mention the numbers.
Yeah, Def was here before. I think they were like 35 something.
Leviathan, yeah, around there.
So, if you guys still want to talk about resilience,
How
I
many people did
propose
Leviathan
we delay it until Valencia, because this is like taking too long. Next region that finished today was Balenos. It was 5 guilds fighting, as far as I know. Oldskool brought Chillskool as well. Can you guys start this one?
Sure. So yeah, well, we own Balenos, so Derek defended, even though a lot of people asked me if we were going Calpheon. Yeah, we were not going Calpheon. We brought Chillskool to give them the region in the case we won. Chillskool had, I think, a couple of people, but they mostly stood out and watched the fights. We killed SwortArtOnline straight away, kind of sorry for that. I think they also were there with very low numbers, kind of to just fool around. Then we waited a bit for how's it called? The Demetori? Sorry, don't really remember your guild name. Yep. Demetori, yes. To 1v1 Prismatic. Prismatic also asked us, by the way, at the start of the siege, to 1v1, and we thought it was going to be a good fight for us. Also kind of knowing what other guilds were there. So we, at one point after I think half an hour, we realized that the fight was not going anywhere between Prismatic and Demetori, so we helped them take down Demetori. Then we had our 1v1. We that was like 3 fights, I think, 3-4 fights. We got wiped, I think, first. Then they came to our base. We wiped them. Started to rebuild. They came to our base. We got wiped, and with new timers and just the situation, we got axed down. I think they had a couple of they had a couple of pure Blackstones that really made
3. And 1 AP, 1 DP, and 1 jump high.
I blame the jump high Blackstone.
Yeah,
that's why we
totally.
lost.
Was the jump high guy the wizard?
No, it was a warrior.
It was a warrior, but he had the most impact.
Oh yeah, totally.
But yeah, it was a good fight. We think we definitely can improve on that, and just GG.
Any reason why 2 experienced siege guilds decided to 2v1 and non-experienced siege guild? This was our first siege.
So in Balenos, you either make a deal beforehand, or you get zerged.
I mean, the Prismatic guys, you could have just given me a straight answer from the start. It's pretty cringy that you held it back for so long, and then you come out as in a 2v1 straight away. I mean, it wasn't instant, but as soon as SAO fell, you came out as a 2v1, right?
Yeah, we felt a little bit sorry for Oldskool, to be honest. Like, they had to wait for, like, I don't know, we could have fought like 1 hour or something. And to be honest, I think we would have won. But I don't think Oldskool would have appreciated the 1 hour spectator role in that siege. So we just asked them to make it a little bit quicker.
I mean,
you fought really well.
You
had your 17 mercs, and it was really hard fight.
Don't say 17 mercs like it gives us like this massive power boost. They were also unexperienced players from.
Yeah, sure, but you still had like, how many people do you had?
We had like 59, 60.
Yeah, it was a kind of big number, and we were surprised by your numbers, and we had a good fight, but still, I think we would have won no matter what.
I mean, this was just something like, you could have just told us either from the start that you were with Oldskool and that you like wouldn't have allied with us, seeing as your leader Lynx or whatever the family name is. Is that you? I don't know.
No, that's
told
not
me
me.
that you weren't sure if you wanted to ally and what was going to happen, and you weren't sure who was there. And then
I mean, we denied
ended up
our
getting
1v1
2v1
from the beginning, right? She sent me the screenshots of your conversation.
No, she didn't deny it. As the siege started, I was told
Let me search.
we wouldn't ally. But this wasn't like this wasn't before the siege or anything. You just kept everything really shady until it started, and
So
really
what,
appreciate it.
what are you complaining about? You got 2v1 because you weren't prepared?
Yeah. We got 2v1. I mean, it was our first siege, and we just asked for like, you know, a 1v1, or just to know what was going to happen. Like, if we were going to get 2v1, I wouldn't have minded, you know. But they just came at us, not telling us anything, into 2v1, and we both just like, it was a pretty dirty move. I was getting a lot of hate because apparently this is what we did to Spicy, but I mean, I don't really blame them, to be honest.
Sadly, not every guild will tell you who they're alive with. That's.
We actually told them.
They're
I have a
saying
screenshot from
Did you-
30 minutes before the siege that we will ally with
Did
you.
you tell me? I don't know. I didn't get anything that we wouldn't ally. I just got told that we didn't know. Well, you didn't know.
The conversation started 27 minutes before the siege started and ended 2 minutes after the siege started. It was 2 minutes after the siege started. You were sure that we are not gonna.
Wait, is this one between me and Lynx?
Yeah, right. I have the screenshots. She sent me them, of course.
To me, it just seemed like you guys were playing it off like you weren't sure what you were doing or what. But I mean, if you were, I honestly don't mind. Like, if you wanted to 1v1 or whatever, it's fine. I just would have rather. That's right.
Yeah, the thing is, we had this 1v1 organized with Oldskool because we didn't want to get zerged as well. I would really appreciated it if this 1v1 between you and us would have taken longer. I was also a bit surprised that Oldskool then went to the base. But nevertheless, it was a good fight for that.
Yeah, we asked.
Yes, I know. Personally, that was my absolute personal opinion.
Oh yeah, personal. Sorry.
You asked Oldskool to come, definitely, yeah. Like,
Yeah, because they were like they had to spectate our fight for 1 hour.
Yeah, okay.
Do you really think they would agree on that?
I mean, I get it. Yeah.
I mean, we didn't even ask them to if they would agree, but we were like, dude, that will take like 1 hour or something. And
we are strong-willed, small-scale warriors. We were just
you're a strong-willed
standing on the side. Just...
Oh, by the way, Eden, I really appreciate you. You held your word with the second guild and not backstabbing or anything. It was a really pleasure for us to have a fair 1v1, fair and square.
Even if you wanted, so few people, how could you backstab?
I mean, it's a really rare thing that guilds don't do this anymore, and you're one guild that does that. It's really appreciate that. Thanks.
I hope you get Zerg next week.
Can I say something real quick, Swiper?
Go
on. Prismatic, I'm very sorry for Tuesday that you were the victims of sovereigns in our deal.
Come on, we were not really victims because if you haven't been there, then Sovereign would have gotten the note. It didn't matter.
They wouldn't have built on that note. Like you would have taken that note without that.
Then we would have sniped it, or then we would have won against Easy Street. But
yeah, we won a Sunday tier 3, so we had
I wouldn't have built on that note without.
We won a Sunday tier 3, so we had to build on a tier 3 again, and there was only this and the other option where the invisible walls on the mountain on top of the Xarkar hill is, and we didn't want to go there, so this was the only option for us to go on this node.
Yeah, we were never really.
I just felt really, really sorry afterward because, yeah, you can't fight Sovereign, and we just took the note.
I mean, we had longer than Resilience, I heard.
We had some tells from Sovereign that we did better than Resilience 2 days before, so that pretty much made us happy.
Hidden, I'm not sure you commented on what Yuki said in chat earlier about you inviting them to Balenos.
It's just memeing. We didn't know up until the very last. And then they asked for to ally up at the start, but we just told them that we were allied with Prismatic, so we couldn't ally with them.
If the screenshot is correct, they finished their building at 1895.
Yeah.
Numbers, everyone?
31, Oldskool.
52.
60, 62, around that. Few came and went.
Just for personal interest, where did the guys came from that you invited for the siege today?
The guild Smash, if you know them.
Smash. Okay. Yeah. Someone else was spectating from them. Okay. All right.
All right. Any questions on Balenos? Or we're following the meme?
No questions on Balenos.
All right, let's.
Demetori, did you come to Balenos because Valencia was freed?
No. We had this plan for a while. We really wanted to go. We just like wanted to up from in the T1 scene to in the T2, so we took our first T2 this week, and then we thought we'd just try it with Smash, you know. But it didn't go as well as I thought. It was our first time. It was fun, but yeah, it wasn't because of the Sovereign Valencia thing.
Thank you.
All right, so let's talk about Serendia next. I guess first word is to ByFlame, who defended this.
Right. So yeah, we obviously had to defend today. Weren't too sure who was going to be the opponents. There were 3 castles at some point. You had ideas that it would be Karma. But anyway, it was really just during the siege that we tried to make alliance with Materia. We did some engages, drilled some holes with the elephants in Karma base, which was like right next to us. Got pushed back a few times. Eventually, we were forced back into defense whilst Karma was taking care of Jokers first, I think, and Materia after, and then we just got axed, and that's basically it, I think.
Well, there was a squad of Tamer from Kama who pushed quite frequently at our base straight away from the start of the Node War, but they pulled back a few times when they were getting attacked by Materia at the base. I think it was Materia attacking them, but
Yeah, it was us attacking them.
Not too much to say.
All right, Materia, you guys are new to Sieges. Can you tell us why you chose Serendia today and how did it go for you?
So last Saturday, I was standing in Velia, listening to the podcast, talking to Jules, and he said to me that he was going to give me a shout out. And he double bluffed me and didn't give me a shout out. So I thought that night I was going to go and plant on a tier 3 and then go to Siege so I could come here so he didn't have to shout me out and my guild out. So we got the tier 3 and I was sitting there and I didn't know whether to go to Balenos or to Serendia. And this Sovereign Alliance thing came up, but I didn't really want us to be in like the shit show of all the politics. So I thought, and I also didn't really fancy fighting Oldskool because we fought them before on tier 2 nodes and it didn't go very well.
Sorry,
So-
my mom sent me a message on WhatsApp. What did you say? I
Oh,
didn't
wow.
shout.
I've been blanked again 3 times in a row. Thank you, Jules. You inspired me to go to Serendia. Thank you. So I could give myself a shout out.
Shout out to Kapura.
Thank you, my friend. So yeah, so I decided to put us on Serendia just because I didn't really fancy the Oldskool thing, and a lot of people complain about backstabbing on Balenos and stuff like that. So I placed us down in Serendia, and initially, from like we're looking at the channel and people that were about, we didn't even think that Karma or Jokers would be there. So just before we started, we all gathered in Heidel and noticed both of them grouping up. So we messaged Jokers and just said to them, look, I don't think we can come close to handling Karma by ourselves. We'll go together. So we found out as well that Karma had all grouped up on Joker's base already. But then as the node war started, because of the new system, they got teleported to their base where we were standing. So we got wiped instead. And yeah, it was chaos from there. And like ByFlame said, essentially, we were just trying to poke holes at Karma while Jokers were holding off some of them. And we had a group of them fighting at our base as well. Eventually, they took out Jokers, and then we were just forced to, you know, hold ourselves in our base for about 10 minutes before we got taken out.
Shout out to you. You did great.
Thank you, my friend. That's all I want. And then I don't know what happened on Joker's behalf.
Okay, I can tell everything. So we built on Serendia because actually why not? But of course we didn't expect anything because we have no numbers and we just came for fun. As you said, we contact and we agreed to make 1v1 if we manage to kill them.
And before siege start, Karma worked on us, and they were waiting in our base already. And I guess they wanted to chop us at the beginning, like Soft did last week in 15 seconds or something like that, but nope. And they got TP'd back, and yeah, actually nothing exciting happened there to talk here about. We're just fighting next to our base for around 1 hour. And after this time, Karma managed to finish us. But yeah, actually, it wasn't that hard because at the beginning we were 25 and at the end we're only 31. So I think it's not even half of Karma numbers. But yeah, GG. And thanks, Karma, for fun.
Yeah, it was still a good fight, even though the
Yeah.
numbers were a bit off.
Yeah.
Numbers, everyone?
Materia were 41.
ByFlame was 4.
from Karma.
Yeah, Joker's 31.
Kazu, you have anything to add to all of this?
Not really. Like, well, for us, we didn't know who was the full skill. Like, we knew that Jokers was there because we scouted them when they were placing their defenses yesterday, and we just we tried to contact them, trying to know who was the false guy. We were almost convinced that it was either KHAOS or KHAOS. So we asked them if Jokers wanted to let us 1v1 them. Well, either KHAOS or KHAOS, but since we have no clear answer from them, we said, okay, we don't gonna let them interfere, and we're gonna try to ask them since start. And surprisingly, the patch actually worked this time. It didn't work on Wednesday, neither on Thursday, but it worked on Saturday. And we just got ported back to base, and well, we just played our raid into like just to hold on Materia and to fight Joker.
All
Yeah,
right.
pretty much everything.
Any questions to each other, guys?
I've a question for Materia, because you guys said you were at the Karma base from the very start. You guys grouped up like on the road somewhere outside, or?
Yeah, well, we found the Karma base, but we don't know. We thought initially they used their TP because a couple of people went there, found their base, and then all of a sudden they were all there. So we thought they used their TP. So we backed out to the safe zone to regroup because we thought that Jokers were going to come and help us. Then we met the Jokers on the road, pushed up to them. And then the Jokers just disappeared because I assumed a group of them had gone back to their base. So they went back to defend. And then we just started skirmishing them outside their base from there.
Yeah, I've got a question for Ate from Joggers.
Yeah.
You said you were worried about being chopped down in 15 seconds. How long do you usually last when an entire guild is standing there with their axes out?
No, you were talking about last week?
Today.
No, I was talking about Sovereign last week that they chopped us like in 15 seconds, not about today.
Any more questions, guys?
Nope.
All right, so let's move to Valencia finally, and I guess Inversion starts this one.
Yeah. So just from our perspective today, yeah, like 12 forts. Most people were expecting the servers to crash. They didn't, which was, I guess, they fixed that with the maintenance here on Friday. When it started off, Sov were on our gate right at the start. We thought, we're gonna get taken down, so we would try and take just somebody out. We tried to do a TP play on Demetori. We picked them at random. That didn't work. Half our guys didn't even manage to do the Traveler's Map or Escape. Another half couldn't get their axes out. Another half couldn't even take the TP. It just didn't work. So we had like 30 people in our base. We got it to 5%, but then got wiped. Some stuff came to help them. And then it was just a standard castle defense. When we got back to the castle after that, we'd lost the outer gate. The enemies were on the inner gate. They pushed through that as our people respawned, tried to get back to the fort. They were on our fort. We cleared the fort and then went back to defending the outer gate. It lasted quite a long time on the inner gate. There was quite a few pushes we repelled, but I think after around 45 minutes, they did a full coordinated push with all the guilds, and things pretty much froze for us. Sov managed to get the upper balcony around our fort, which was a really good play from them, which basically meant that we had to we tried to do a couple of pushes up to that balcony and retake it, but we couldn't manage to beat them up there. So we were sort of hiding under the balcony around the base, trying not to get blizzarded down by Sov and kill the people in our fort. But we went down after 45 minutes. We had a lot of fun today. We were expecting to lose with all the guilds that were there, so we were under no misconception that we were going to keep the castle. We just wanted to, have as much fun as we could for as long as we could. And I think 45 minutes was pretty decent. The servers were mostly okay. A hell of a lot better than they were a couple of weeks ago, I'll say that. I don't know if that's something was actually changed or if they just allocated more resources, who knows. But yeah, it was fine, lag-wise, pretty much, apart from the final 10 minutes when there was more people in the castle. But that's pretty much it from our side. GG to all the guilds that came. I hope, from what I heard, most of those, just let me finish, please. From what I heard, most of those guilds actually enjoyed it. I don't think there was there was no backstabs in the other guilds, so all was good.
Obviously, people already are asking, I don't know, answer this question as you like. Did you expect Resilience to go away to Calpheon today?
Well, I don't know, man. It would have been nice if they'd been there to help us, but, I mean, could you really blame them for not wanting to be a part of that? I don't know. I mean, Resilience are Resilience. They're going to do what's in their best interests. Some dogs cannot be tamed. Some dogs can be tamed. But, yeah. Yeah, you'd have to ask them.
It's a bit hypocritical though to bring always a lot of small scale guilds into the siege, and then the same situation happens mirrored literally.
Zeno, let me just ask you a quick question. How many people did you TP to our base?
It was hard to tell because so much stuff wasn't loading. From the kills, it looked like about 30 to 40 were on your base.
Yeah, I checked the kills after we wiped you. We had 60 kills. So you had 50 maybe?
Yeah. I mean, about half looks about right.
All right, Venatoris, you want to pick it up from here, what happened?
Yeah, sure. When the siege started, we started seeing some maybe 2 parties of inversion just around our fort. Then after a couple of minutes, there was a TP inside our base, around maybe 50 people from inversion. They just started exiting the fort. There was a lot of lag, so we kind of just wiped them. But our fort was maybe 5-10%. So I called Sov, there's inversion on our fort. They started coming to our fort. But when they got here, we already wiped the inversion, so they just defended us while we rebuilt it. Then we sent maybe 15-20 people to attack the castle, and the rest was just full building and rebuilding. So pretty much when we took down inversion, maybe 20 minutes after that, we wanted to ally with Exit, but after we did the alliance, they just went down to Venari, and we followed after them. That was pretty much it.
All right. So Sovereign, you guys like spoke a lot about resilience, but didn't really tell us why you brought so many guilds today. And like, can you mention the airlines meme? I'm pretty interested.
I mean, it all started with me and Skittles on TeamSpeak, like just brainstorming about the solutions we could do, like have some fun on Saturday, you know. And then we started memeing about flying into the Valencia castle, and then that's how the meme basically came alive.
So we would fly together to Valencia.
Yeah, exactly. We can fly together.
How long did it take you guys to contact so many guilds?
Actually, it took kind of like, didn't take long. We started instantly messaging people, and then asking them to fly with us, and then I don't know. People just wanted to fly, I guess.
For the record, they actually asked people. They just contacted me saying, hey, "Do you want to fly on Saturday?" And I said, "Yes, let's fly."
I mean, people probably like the idea of giving resilience and inversion, like payback for surging a lot, kind of. I don't know.
Some of their medicine.
It's just really
Yeah, their own
really disappointing that resilience wasn't there.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been a really good fight.
It could be. It could have lasted all night.
The really hypocritical thing about it was also Resilience was asking us, Prismatic, if we want to come to Valencia as well, because Sovereign is rallying the troops, and Resilience also tried it, but we declined. We didn't want to. So they also had the same plan, but maybe most of the guilds said no to them.
I mean, I can show you what was PM'd to everyone, even our alliance. I can post
Yeah,
on Twitch chat.
it's actually in Twitch as well.
It's pretty funny.
PM'd Hex.
Do so for the meme.
Don't forget, guys, we're only there for the castle.
So I know you guys like abandoned this scene tonight after taking resilience. I mean inversion out pretty much. What do you guys plan for the next week though?
Like we can't really represent Sovereign. We are like only representing the mission kinda of gathering a lot of small guilds and taking out the castle holder, letting them have a good fight afterwards.
I mean,
we can't really talk for Sovereign. Yeah.
So is this a one-time thing for airlines then?
Currently, yeah.
Fly the plane to Mediah.
I mean, depends. If Odds and Xeno do shit again, I guess.
Man, the plane is no brakes. Keep the shit going. Saving the scene. We failed. You can do it. You've taken the torch. It's all to you.
Wow, Odds, you sent that message to everyone. You
Jules,
sent
you
that
need to lead
message to everyone. You even sent that message to me. I thought I'm something special to getting
Dude,
that message.
He even sent that message to enemy.
Why?
Jules,
Cass,
Jules,
are you still here?
Jules,
Yep.
Jules,
Yep.
you are
Yeah.
something special.
Xeno,
And
I'm
don't
listening.
let them tell you otherwise.
I thought I'm special that I'm getting a message like that. Man, why do I always think that I'm special when girls or odds tell me something like that?
Girls?
Girls are odds. Is that your two options, man? Holy crap.
What kind of special?
Can I ask you something, Jules?
Yes, you can
Do you
ask me
think-
anything.
Do you think traps are gay?
I
No,
haven't caught
please
up
no.
to that meme. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, just say
no.
yes or no.
No, I won't
Yeah.
say yes or no.
I mean, you can do some research afterwards.
All right,
safe search.
let's move with the siege. I'm quite surprised that Balenos police went out like one of the first guilds. You guys did something to piss our resolve.
Yeah, it was unlucky.
Yeah, I mean, they were acting
They
like
were flying at
complete
everyone.
idiots.
We did the fly too far.
Yeah. So basically what happened was we were walking into the castle and started like reaching the second gate, and then a lot of them started flagging up and killing our allies.
No, it wasn't even a lot of us. It was literally 3 of us.
Yeah, exactly, but you can
A
still,
lot
when you can spam skills without people attacking back, that's gonna make a huge impact.
No, to
Especially
be
when
honest, this
people...
was only one. Like in the middle of 5 minutes.
Our fortress was in between the castle and Balenos Police fortress, and when we were trying to get to the castle, they were constantly flying at us as well. I mean,
said,
had
we flew
some
too
issues
far.
there to get to the castle.
Yeah, we flew too far. Like, what are we gonna
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
do? Yeah, we flew a bit too far.
Yeah.
But then again, like bad intentions, they were.
They
yeah,
served us
they got
down.
salty and they decided to serve us down with their PA rotations, resident stupor.
You guys at least had fun with your memes?
Yeah.
Always.
Why did you flag on us early on? Balenos police.
Who? Like in general?
Balenos
flagging
police.
Everything. No, what do
Why
you
did
mean?
you flag?
Like in general, why we flagged?
Yeah.
I don't know. You can ask.
Well,
you can ask
well, certain people wanted the stormtrooper title.
yeah, someone wanted the stormtrooper regardless.
I guess
And
he
was
wanted
like,
that more
"Do
than
whatever you
getting
wanna
into
do.
Sovereign.
Do whatever you want to do. If you want to kill people, go ahead."
That was not nice, man. That was
No, but this
just
game
dick
is not
move.
nice, man. Is it?
The real question is why was Balenos police not in Balenos?
Because
Balenos police is safe. It's
Balenos
safe.
police is safe, you know.
They wanted
Prismatic,
to. They wanted to fly, man.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
wanted to fly. We needed to fly towards Valencia.
That's where the real shit is going down.
We want to grow our potatoes in the desert.
How did you drop out? How did you drop out?
I guess the experience gone bad.
Bad
took
intention
you out?
took them out.
Bad intentions.
They started.
One-on-one?
No. They started axing at our fort at the start.
Hmm?
So
Yeah, that's basically what happened. Like inversion, they were not even down. Like inversion were like 40%, and we were also 40%.
yeah.
And basically what happened,
Wow.
like
Are you the bad guys?
no,
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 we're
not
the
bad,
good
no, it's the bad intentions. Like come on, we're the Balenos police. We tried to defend our troops, you know, the Valencia
the-
city.
Who is
You
bad
wanted to-
Well,
intentions,
the,
by
the
the way?
real police there looks to be bad intention.
I saw bad intentions chopping down
taking
lots
the
of forts very
punishment.
quickly. Who actually are they? Are they here?
Yeah,
No, they're
Not.
They had some people.
I've asked them to come, but apparently they couldn't.
They actually left the seats as well after
No, but
inversion
they
was
were
out.
actually really mad. They got really mad at us. Yeah, they were like PMing me. I was like, "This is really bad," and like, so yeah, they got really salty, and that's why they flagged on us and decided to end us, even though we stopped trolling the alliance, you know.
All right, so if I'm following this right, Venatoris and Balenos Police were the first two after inversion, and then it was Wanderlust.
No, I think Exit
no.
was before Venatoris.
Yeah.
Yeah, exit. We were supposed to ally with exit,
Yeah. They just whispered us we were going down fast.
but in the
All right,
minute
exit,
that,
you
that
guys-
we were, yeah, well, guys, we are allied to exit. Oh wait, exit is going down. Oh wait, exit is down. That was
Exit
pretty
is
much.
here, so they can speak for themselves.
Yeah, well, after inversion died, we had a 5-minute break for all the guilds participating to repot and repair. And after this break was over, we already saw the Venari raid coming to our base. While they were coming to our base, I quickly whispered Venatoris because I knew they were directly next to us. That Venari was coming to us and that we would like to make an alliance because they were actually a lot more than us. And well, while we were still whispering, our fort was already getting chopped by Venari and dead.
That was fortunate.
Yeah, I didn't quite understand the break. We were supposed to wait for an announcement, and I don't
Yeah,
think
I agree.
don't
We were
think
actually
anyone-
waiting for an announcement from Soaring. That's what they told at the beginning.
No, they
Yeah,
didn't say
I
there was
made
an
one.
announcement. They said like, wait 5 minutes and don't teleport axe each other. That's literally what they said.
No, I said like.
They said
I,
they will
in-
do an
within,
announcement.
yeah, I did. Like I said, within 5 minutes, I'm gonna make an announcement in World Chat, which I did, but some people might not have
Yeah, but
seen
in
that.
World Chat.
Yeah,
I didn't see it at all.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
I
I
didn't see it. We were waiting at the fort for the time, and
Yeah,
people
but,
said there is everyone fighting there, so we started moving.
Yeah, I guess that's fine, but I said it on the meeting before we went into siege. Like I'll say it in World Chat, and then you can start fighting.
That's
All right, kind of an off question here. Exit, if you wouldn't have been called by Sovereign tonight, would you still like come to sieges? Do you plan going back to sieges anytime soon? At least Balenos, Serendia?
Well, I don't think that we will siege the next few weeks, and we will take some more time to progress as a guild and grow a little bit. So
You want to plug yourself?
That's disgusting, Swiper. What the fuck, man?
What the fuck?
Plug yourself. What the hell? What sort of
Come
movie
on,
do you
guys,
watch
you know
now?
what I mean.
Yeah, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Tell us about the guild.
Balenos police when?
Exit?
No, we're actually right now we're not recruiting. We want to progress as a guild as we are like now. So yeah.
All right, thank you. So after that, Demetori, Balenos Police, and I think Wanderlust of the people that are here, right?
Yeah.
So what happened to you guys?
Well, like I said, after exit,
I've been talking to Wanderlust.
Sorry.
Oh, you want me? Well, from our point of view, we were allied with Kujiratori. I don't know if they're here. I think they are not.
No,
well,
they're not. They're not.
we allied with them before the siege started, and we were supposed to help them because standby fort was pretty close to them. But as I said, we were waiting for the announcement for the siege to start. And when we got to the fortress to help them, they were like 20%, so they got wiped pretty fast. After that, we tried to tag standby, did like 2 team fights against them, and then we saw Venari was taking out everyone. Like we saw Exit going down in a few minutes, and then Demetori is going out as well really fast. So I PM Jules there and told him if he wanted to go against Venari. And as he said, wait a few minutes. And at that point, I contacted Tamba as well to stop fighting us. And if they wanted to go for Venari as well, they both accepted, and we were going to go for Venari. But at that point, all the guilds started attacking each other. So we couldn't do that 3 against 1 or 3 against 1 on Venari that we wanted to do. And sadly, Venari destroyed all the other guilds due to that. I think we were fighting Venari 1-on-1 at that point because the other 2 guilds were on a 1v1 against other guilds, and we got taken down really, really fast. The respawn timers were pretty high, and we were not really here, so they were just taxing our fort.
How long did it take you to realize that Venari were there as well?
We saw Venari was there. I mean, we didn't know they were that strong that, well, we pretty much expected like a stronger alliance to go for them. As we were with Kujiratori, we wanted to go, for example,
Hang on.
against
Could you, it's a Japanese word, the I is silent.
Yeah, Kujiratori, you mean?
It doesn't matter, man.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't know how to pronounce that. We wanted to try to go like 2-on-2 with the smaller guilds or something like that. We knew there were some other stronger guilds there, or guilds that we expected to be strong to fight Venari, but it seems the kind of alliance thing didn't go well for anyone. As I saw, it was pretty much a 1v1 for everyone who was there. Like all the guilds were in a 1v1, and Venari got it really easy there.
All right, so Banda Vandalis isn't here. Standby and Hex. Who was first between you 2 guys?
Obviously, Standby.
That's
I think,
correct.
we went down third.
Well,
Go on.
I think we went down the next after I think Wanderlust just defeated by Venari. So at first, after the King of all airlines just announced that the battlefield is open for the other guilds, we went to Kujiratori.
Sorry, I'm late.
did I miss Balenos?
To take out Demetori real quick. They got help from Wanderlust. We just wiped the Zerg from Wanderlust and head out to Demetori. Well, we chopped their base down. After that, we went to Banda Vandalica. We got some great fights there. And after that, we just head to our base real quick, just because Venaria is coming. And well, it is true that we have no chance against Venari. They're pretty strong, so we just try to defend our base, but the cooldown on the that timer is still too high. It's ridiculous. We just can't defend the base then, and well, but we got some really good fights there. And the question is that we don't attack Venari. We just build in the south, and Venari is pretty much in the north, and we just got no alliance to take down Venari. But we were pretty happy as standby to take the 1v1s against the guilds. And yeah.
All right, Hex.
Yeah, so we got whispered by Sovereign to join the airline thing. So we said we were going to go to Valencia a few weeks ago, and people didn't believe us. So we obviously we had to sign up, get a good showing. So the siege was fun, and then so after we were waiting for King of All Apes messages on World Chat, but no one was looking. So we all got on our camels. We didn't know whether to bring camels or horses, so that was a bit of an issue as well. So we had a bit of a mix of camel and horses, and we were trying to find a good fights of the guilds that were left, but our one scout couldn't find Venari's forts, so we had to go for Easy Street, which was that was a really good fight, by the way. So thank you for that. And then, who's snorting? Were you brought up in an animal fucking shelter? You shut the fucking obese
Oh my god.
Animal or something?
Shots fired.
He's just obese, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's just obese, it's not his fault.
Fine. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, yeah, so it was a really good fight. And then I think Venari TP'd into our fort or something, but with 2 AP Blackstones, with one on wet saxophone and one of our warriors, so we're able to hold out a little bit. But yeah, it was just generally a good fight, and thank you for the invite.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Jules, it seems like it's your turn to speak.
Oh, we got approached by Sovereign on Monday. I got invited to their secret TeamSpeak, and they helped us taking a note, building in Valencia, helping them to take out Inversion. It was a great fight. I had the honor to lead that alliance against the castle. I did a lot of good calls, and it was a fantastic experience.
Jules, I would like to say something.
Yes, of course.
I mean, obviously there was hundreds of people in the castle, but I just want to say there was many times that you popped up in front of me, and when I saw you there fighting with your guys, I knew that great things were happening today.
I was searching.
And I was
for you.
proud to see you fighting again.
I was searching for you. The moment when
our eyes met, surrounded by hundreds of people. I was there, and you were there.
The world stands still.
The server paused.
It's not like it's not like the server is pausing and waiting for us to have our battle.
Come on, suck him already.
Somebody write the music is appearing in the background, and yeah, I didn't see you during the fight. I'm sorry. That's
because you were dead, man.
After Inversion dropped out, 44 minutes. Was it 44 minutes? They gave us a really hard fight. I thought they drop out earlier. There was a defense militia at our base. I don't know who was in the defense militia, but they did. There were some really strong people. We couldn't really fight them.
I think it was a Digi squad.
No, I think
Really?
Spicy
Might
had
have
some
been.
squad as well.
Of course they go for us. Well, then we had some trouble when Inversion dropped out, Sovereign dropped out shortly after. They just left. They knew they would lose anyways against us. So they just left and bailed. And we had some trouble. Our elephant, we couldn't get it out of our base. Like I didn't know how to whistle an elephant out of a base. But then we had one guy call me Biko is his name, and he managed to get on the elephant and move it out of our base, and then Hex attacked us. And we focused on defending, playing out of a strong defense. Meanwhile, 10 other guilds dropped out by Venari. And then it was just Hex, us, and Venari left.
Jules, I have a question.
Wait, yep.
Just out of curiosity, when I was watching your stream and when you saw us coming by, you said ignore Hex. Did you underestimate us?
When did I say ignore? I said stop because I want to make a deal. You want to engage on us. I want to make a deal. I want to say, hey, let's go for Venari. Let's go.
No,
stop.
this was
Stop.
the first time that you saw
Stop.
us. It looked like
Stop.
you were
Don't
coming
attack.
for us.
Back attack.
Bitte jetzt.
Monk ass.
Resident sleeper conversation.
So after that,
Yeah, well, I contacted Benari and said, hey, why not fight us and Hex 2 versus 1? You can still win that, and it's a cool fight, and it's a fair fight. And Benari said, yes, let's do that. And then we fought them 2 versus 1, and we lost. Hex and us lost. That's pretty much it. Afterwards, it was the one-on-one versus Easy Street, between Easy Street and Venari. We could have defended a lot better, but we were like, yeah, it's late, and let's take the Saturday off here from now on, and let's give Venari the castle.
all right. So let's do some quick math. How many people everyone had?
Demetori's had 40 people.
Wanderlust were 63.
Balenos
Inversion, I think, were
Police?
90. 89, 90.
30 people. Balenos Police. 30 people about.
Jules?
Standby 59.
2.
Jules, I'm sorry.
2.
Hex was 31.
Exit 36.
Jules?
2.
What, two people?
You liar.
We saw your stream, dude.
Wait, what? I only saw Fenris and me.
It was just lag, the server, you know.
Is that when you turned around and all your guild was dead? That's when it was 2.
Fucking Zerg.
Okay, we were only one. We were only one because we are one unit.
We're just one guild.
Very arguable.
Can I ask you a question? How do you unlock your rage? Like none of our guilds could use our rage. Is that a thing?
Yeah, it gets bugged sometime. If you want to
beating
fix it, you have to leave. You have to go to character selection if you want to fix it.
Oh,
You can't consume or use your ultimate. It's fucking bullshit.
It's a feature. It's it.
We had one warrior that popped pure AP Blackstone.
Oh,
And then he couldn't, not today of course, but and then he couldn't use ultimate, so he had to relog and waste a lot of time off it.
All right, you guys have any questions to each other?
Mediah when?
Mediah when? You took Valencia Castle second time in 3 weeks. Is Venari even here?
I don't think so.
No.
Oh.
It's past their bedtime.
I think they said previously that they don't like to be on podcast.
They're out on a walk right now, I heard.
All right, so if no questions, let's go to shoutouts, guys.
I have a couple.
I have a couple.
I have a few.
I have some.
Can I go first?
Yeah, go ahead, dude.
Just want to give a shout out to all of my guild Materia for turning up today and actually buying Villa buffs. I rate that. I want to give another shout out to my friend from KHAOS, Krito Zeus. Stay salty. And then I also want to say we donate this siege in the loving memory of Harmony. Thank you.
I guess
I've got
it's
a
my
couple
turn,
of.
or
Oh,
you can
okay.
go first.
No, you go first.
Okay. I want to do a big shout out to everyone that helped organizing the alliance this week. So Skittles, Lenny, Chicorin, Kamui, and all the people that showed up, like the guilds that wanted to participate. I'm not gonna name them all, but you know all of them, I guess.
Yeah, okay. I've got a. First of all, shout out to my guys. You did really well today. Second, shout out the defense militia. A couple of people PM me today saying, like, did we have a Discord to organize the defense militia? We don't. I just said organize it yourselves. I'm not sure who was there, but they were doing a really, really, really amazing job. You could see the impact they were having. We would not have held close to 45 minutes without them. So a really big shout out to everybody in the defensive militia. And third, shout out to all the guilds that came Valencia, and pretty much salt free. Everybody had fun. It was certainly the least laggy Valencia siege I think there's ever been. You know, and yeah, shout out to everybody. I'm glad it was fun.
Shout out to my boy Differ, who slept through the entire siege.
And shout out to G9 Donkeys.
I need
Shout
one
out to my
last.
guys.
And shout out to Gene XD.
Shout out to Hex. Thank you for everyone for coming, and shout out to Carapath for getting the most kills.
Shout out to Jules for being a fucking ape.
Shout out to my guilders Wonderless for participating. We had amazing attendance today, and Silica from Boss for joining the militia to help us.
Shout out to Oogie Boogie and Best Maiwa Uganda for being the first responders on our base. Shout out to Prima Star for being our top killer. And shout out to Fight Wang from Sovereign that is gay.
And shout out to Excalibur.
Let us
Shout
not
to-
forget a big shout out to Pearl Abyss for doing a great job on servers, great job on pushing out these patches that make the sieges better, buff X's and more. Let's go, Pearl
Can we
Abyss.
have longer cooldowns on respawns as well? I
Yeah,
don't
a
think
little
we
bit
can-
longer. Half
10
an hour.
minutes, please. 10
Yeah.
minutes.
The servers aren't perfect today, though, guys. You know, if you experience any lag, to the tickets, to the fucking tickets. One final shout out. I wanted to do a shout out to Wanka from Blue, who joined
Yo,
the
shout out to
podcast
Cry.
10 minutes ago and asked if
That's
Balenos
fun,
was
man.
done and left.
Our hero.
Want to give a shout out to all Venatoris and
Can I get-
for the invite for this seat from Sov. Was really fun.
Shout out to
problem.
all standby members for appreciating at the siege team. Thank you.
Gonna give a shout out to Materia and everyone who was on Serendia today, and shout out to ByFlames for giving us the elephant. And also just wanted to do a shameless plug that Materia is recruiting for 50 gear score. And we're looking for frontliners, so Valks, Warriors, and also Witch and Wizards as well.
Shout out from Balenos Police and my dad in support to my transition from a male to a meme. Thank you.
Shout out to this game's enhancement system for being the best around.
Holy shit. Jules, you'll get it soon, man. You'll get it soon. It's where the money comes from.
Shout out to
That's
Jules
not
10-1.
funny. Oh, Catablicious, I love you.
Shout out to Skills and King for organizing this so well.
And don't forget Lenny. But thank you.
Oh, I forgot to mention thank you, Best My Uganda, for keeping out the scum.
Shout outs to my cookies, Ilu, and everyone that came to Valencia.
Shout out to all the people doing shoutouts. Shout out to you.
Oh, shout out!
Oh, thank you. So cute.
Shout out to
for selling pen.
So cute, man.
shout out to Enemy for making this possible today by scaring Sovereign so much that they invite 13 guilds to Valencia.
Shout out to Scafter, my personal trainer. Thank you, man.
I would like to do a shout out to the one person who hired to do all the new voices.
Shout out to one of my guild members who vendored his pirates bandanas instead of handing them in.
Oh God.
It's not a shout out that he needs.
Shout out to Karma Kazu's microphone.
All right, guys.
Police win.
Shout
out
Shout out to Jules Fail Stacks.
Oh yeah, shout out again. I tried to say it earlier, but shout out to Valdasso for selling pen kurum on the market. So he's gonna sell his pen kurum. So yeah, everyone put up a pre-order.
Pay to win.
Shout out to Mrs. Kafta.
Shout out to the guy who pre-ordered Try Demetori for 1 billion.
Shout out to the guy for selling pen Crescent Ring early for 23 bill.
Shout out to my parents who never loved me.
Swiper, pull the plug.
No.
Pull it, it's done.
By the way, a serious shout out. We're recruiting Balenos police. Like everybody's welcome. We have no requirements. Slacker guild if you want it to be.
Okay, fine. Shout out to Kleenex and Marquis Assad. They want to hear some beatbox.
Shout out to that.
Sounds like one really fat dog going down on another one.
It wasn't even bad. That's pretty
good.
Shout out to
All
the
right,
beatbox.
guys. Let's wrap this up.
How much did this beat on your screen?
Shout out to the beatboxer who wants to give me a challenge. No balls.
All right, guys. So wrapping this up, shout out to a lot of the people who hosted today: Easy Crystal, Phoenix, Twitch and Gav, Justelina, Fallout, Iron Janice, and of course Jules. Thank you for leaving your viewers with us today. Shout out to Tayaki for his sub today. Shout out to Steedy for subscribing. Shout out to Kenneth MH with 10 months of sub, and thank you, dude. It really means a lot. Shout out to Minori for donation of €5 today. Shout out to Rampage BDO for his sub. Shout out to Robbie557 for his sub. Bars31 also with the fresh sub, and Lin Mouse with the fresh sub as well. Thank you guys a lot. It really appreciate it. And thank you all of you who showed up today for the podcast, even though some of you knew you were going to be shit talked and all of that. Thank you guys. Your presence makes this all of that better. So that's about it for tonight. We'll see you all next week. And before that, bye.
Bye.
Bye. Kill yourself.